Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hunt and I'm here with two very special guests to fill you in on some action that was taken by the Diocese of the Rio Grande and the people of St. Michael and All Angels Church in Albuquerque just this week.
So I'm Joe Britton, the rector or pastor of St. Michael's Church.
I'm Jane McGuire. I'm a parishioner at St. Michael's.
And we as a congregation have been involved in immigration ministry for some time now and have been over the last several weeks working with faith communities throughout Albuquerque to receive buses of migrants who are released from detention in El Paso.
So Joe, these are asylum seekers, is that correct?
That's right.
Talk a little bit about how they come through the system.
Yeah, so they are people primarily from Central America who have made their way to the U.S. Border, sometimes traveling for as much as 6 weeks or so. They arrive at the border and present themselves to apply for asylum, so they're in the United States legally. And the Border Patrol holds them in detention for a certain period until they can be processed and assigned a sponsor, and then that's when they're released. And at the moment, there are as many as 600 or 700 being released per day, so the need has been huge and urgent.
We've had a team for the last year or so working on immigration efforts, and in the last 2 months we've been partnering with groups such as Lutheran Family Services, Catholic Charities, Albuquerque Interfaith, Congregation Albert, the Center for Peace and Justice, and developing a process that is efficient and scalable.
And that's when we got a call last week from Catholic Charities that asked if we could step up and take a bus of about 45 or 50 people that we would receive, clothe them, feed them, attend to medical needs, and then arrange for the transportation on to their sponsors. So that's when I gave a call to the diocesan office, the Diocese of the Rio Grande, and talked with Mary Jewell, the bishop's secretary. Even before I had hung up the phone, I think she had texted Bishop Michael, and he had said, let's do it. And so we went to work. And Monday afternoon, we received 55 people who were here for 4 days.
So they come to us pretty road weary and worn and dirty from sleeping under the bus. Often they have their foil under the bridge, and they have their foil blankets with them, and some of the foil is used to tie their shoes. And when they leave, they have clean clothes, and they are rested, and they are smiling, and they have a toy, and it's great.
That transformation was remarkable to see over the course of 3 days. The moment when the bus pulled in and people who were they seemed to me frightened, and they had clearly been on the road and sleeping outside for weeks, if not months. And these were people who came, you may have seen on the news that in El Paso there are a number of people being held under a bridge. And those are the folks who came directly here. And so they got off the bus with their foil blankets and had been sleeping in the dirt for a number of days.
By the end of the first night, we had everyone bathed and clothed and fed, and we're starting to make travel arrangements.
And over the course of 3 days, we saw the children be cleaned up and fed and rested and slept, and then by yesterday afternoon they're running and playing. You can see the families sort of relax, and they found real sanctuary because of the work that you all did.
That's right.
Do you know Spanish?
Un poquito español. Muy poquito.
And they come with ankle bracelets. Their first question to us is, can we take a shower with our ankle bracelets on?
And the answer is yes, right? Yeah, they're waterproof, but they need to be recharged.
That's right.
And so when they go from here, they have then put onto buses or to airplanes, and they're making their way to their sponsors, right?
Right,
Who are
and
already in the country.
The sponsors are usually family members who arrange the travel for them, and they call us back on track phones with the confirmation number, either at the bus station or the airlines with the ticket that they've bought for them. And we have Spanish speakers at the airlines and at the bus station to get them through TSA to the gate explain the transfers, explain where they have to change buses in Amarillo and St. Louis and places across the country. So, and they have food for the journey.
All through this involvement in immigration ministry, we've always had the sense that when the knock came on the door, it was Jesus who was knocking. And it's certainly been our experience that opening the door to the migrants has been letting him into our lives, and that's been very powerful.
And you told a story, Joe, yesterday about the way in which the needs were provided. This happened very quickly without a lot of notice, and there were lots of needs that cropped up. Tell us about
Yes.
how the Holy Spirit's involved.
So over and over again, it seemed like as soon as a need presented itself, there was a solution that walked in the door. So
That
we
had nothing to do with our organization.
Yeah, that seemed providential in the full sense of the word. So the first afternoon when we realized we were taking in 55 rather than 45, we said we're going to need some air mattresses. And at that very moment, someone walked up with several air mattresses in the car and said, "Where can I put them?" And then the joke we told is that also at that very moment, 3 preachers walked up, and so we knew we had plenty of hot air to blow them up. So we were in good hands.
So this was a tremendous and wonderful effort that was a collaboration between many Episcopalians and others from ecumenical partnerships. It is the first time we've done it in this way, but it's not the last.
Yeah.
So thank you and the people of St. Michael
Yeah.
and All Angels for all you have done to take a lead in this effort.
Well, and thanks to you and the diocesan staff.
So now you have a sense of what the Diocese of the Rio Grande has been doing this week to actively minister to those in need, the asylum seekers who were sleeping under a bridge last week and are today clothed and fed and on their way to their sponsors. If you want to help us with this ministry, you certainly can. There is a donate button on our website, and the link to that website is just below. All of the funds that are donated through that donate button will be used for direct humanitarian aid for those in need as a result of the border situation going on right now in the Diocese of the Rio Grande. Thank you for watching, and let's keep the faith together.
Rail runner to the people.
That's right. So you
Why don't you just put them in the trench?